Want to spend a little bit of time showing you how to play the simple chords for Love Me Do. These are the simplified chords, if you like. And on the sheet I've written them out in my simple note code. I've done a separate video about the simple note code, and there is a sheet you can download from the useful stuff part of Guitars Are Cool. So go to www.guitarsarecool.com, click on the useful stuff tab and scroll down, and you will find the explanation of my simple note code. So there are 3 chords that we play in the song Love Me Do, and if you're not sure what a chord is, it's where we play 3 or more strings at the same time. We combine the sound of several strings to give us a chord. So a chord, if you like, is lots of notes. A note is a single musical sound, like this, and a chord is lots of notes. And every chord has a name, and this can be a bit confusing, and I'll get back to that in a moment. Let's look at the way I've written out the G chord. I said G equals OG plus OB plus 3E, and the 3E has got a little number 3 underneath it. Well, it all looks a bit strange, doesn't it? Let's try and understand this. Right, if you've understood my simple note code, you will know that OG means open G string. So you need the open G string plus OB, which is the open B string, plus 3E, which is the 3rd fret, and in this case the little E string, 3rd fret of the E string nearest the floor. So you've got to combine the sounds, or mix the sounds up, of the open G, the open B and the 3E, those 3 notes, and put them together. And that is the chord of G. And by the way, the reason there's a little number 3 underneath the 3E is because I want you to use your 3rd finger of your left hand on that string. And don't forget, when we put our finger down on a string, it's just down behind the fret, not on top of it. So the chord of G equals 3 different notes: open G, open B and 3E, which we play quickly together like that. In other words, we play the G, the B and the E in that order, downwards towards the floor, strummed in that way, and that's the chord of G. And the proper name of that chord is G major. Okay, let's look at another chord. This is a chord of C. This is the one that causes lots of problems, because beginners, when they first start learning, they learn the names of the strings, and then when they come to do a C chord, they say, oh, well, I haven't got a C string, but you have to understand that the C chord is nothing to do with the name of any strings. It's simply the name of the chord. In fact, its proper name is C major. We guitarists, we tend to just say C rather than C major. Let's look at what we need for C. C equals, it says, OG plus 1B plus OE. So in other words, you need the open G string, the 1st fret of the B string and its 1st finger, see the little number 1 underneath, and the open E string. And we combine the 3 sounds, the 3 strings, the G string, the B string and the little E string, to give us that chord of C. C major is its proper name, we just call it C, and that's a lovely combination of sounds, isn't it? And that's the chord of C major. So in other words, when we combine those 3 different notes, the open G, the 1st fret of the B and the open E, we call that combination, that mixture, a chord of C major, or just C if you like. Okay, so don't look for the C string, there isn't one. Okay, C is the name given to that chord. Now the other chord is D, and that's pretty tricky, this one, and if you can do it, you're doing really well. Try and learn it if you can, because it is a very useful chord, and sadly there's no way of simplifying this chord other than just playing an open D string on its own rather than the chord, which is obviously not very satisfactory. So, a bit of a complicated formula for this chord. D equals, have a look, OD plus 2G plus 3B plus 2E. That means we've got to get 3 fingers down on the guitar. So OD is open D string, eager beavers go dancing, that's the 4th string from the floor, played open, plus 2G, 1st finger, notice little number 1, on 2G, 2G means the 2nd fret of the G string, 3rd finger is on 3B, 3rd fret of the B string, and 2nd finger is on 2, little E there, see, to 2nd fret of the little E string. So it's a combination, the D chord, of 4 sounds. The open D string, the 2nd fret of the G string, 2G, the 3rd fret of the B string, 3B, and the 2nd fret of the little E string, the E string nearest the floor, 2E. So there are the 4 sounds. Because we play them generally all together in a quick strum, starting with the D string, ending with the little E string, and you let your plectrum ripple through the 4 strings, and that lovely combination of 4 sounds is known as a chord, C-H-O-R-D, it's got a silent H, a chord of D, proper name is D major. Okay, so you've got G major, C major, D major, or if you like, G, C and D. Now when you play this song, you're not going to play the tune of Love Me Do, you're going to strum the chords and you are going to simply sing the song. So on the intro you have, it says count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and every time you say the number 1 you strum a chord. So the first time it's G, then it's C, then it's G, then it's C, then it's G, then it's C, then it's G, and then it's G again. And if you look at the counting on top, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you go into the song, and it's much the same thing. You can see where the chords come because I've typed them either on top of a word, or sometimes the chord comes just after the word. But it's still counting in 4s, so you'll still play the chord and count 4. So you're going to go, love, love me do, you know I love you, I'll always be true, so please love me do, whoa, love me do. Okay, and I have done a separate performance video for this version of Love Me Do, so check that out. You'll find that on the internet as well. And you noticed there, didn't you, in the verse where I sang love, love me do, and the C chord just came slightly after I sang the word do. Love, love me do, do, do. See, the chord just after the word. And that happens a lot when you're playing the guitar. So the verse and the chorus and the intro, all those bits are really easy because they're 2 simple chords, the G chord and the C chord. If you look at the other page, the trouble starts when we go from the middle 8, that means 8 bars in the middle of the song, that's different to the rest of the song, because we have the dreaded D chord. If you can do it, it sounds like this. Someone to love, somebody new, someone to love, someone like you. And notice I've changed the tune of the vocal there a bit because it's a bit hard for children to sing. So they have D and D again. Now if you can't do that, you could leave it out, or you could play the open D string instead of the chord. Someone to love, and then pick up the C chord. Somebody new, and the G chord, then open D instead of the D chord. Someone to love, C chord. Someone like you, and the G chord. You then repeat the verse, you do chorus 3, and then you've got the harmonica solo, which is the same as the middle 8, but it's a bit extended. And you could sing the middle 8 words if you wanted to. And again, it's the dreaded D chord. If you can't do it, please don't worry. If you're an absolute beginner and you're a young beginner, I really wouldn't expect you to do this chord. If you can, as I say, that's a really good achievement. So that harmonica solo is D, D, C, G, all counting in 4. Same again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you've got 4 extra G's. It's extended. G, 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 and then you repeat the verse, and the final chorus is just G to C, backwards and forwards. Love me do, whoa, love me do, yeah, love me do. yeah, love me do, yeah, love me do, yeah, love me do, yeah, love me do. So don't forget, with this kind of playing, you don't hear the tune unless you sing it. If you just played the guitar chords on their own, you'd hear this. So it's not that exciting, is it? You need the singing with it to make it make sense. By the way, on the G chord, even on that easy G chord, if you want to play 4 strings, if you want to add an open D, so you play open D or OD, OG, OB and 3E, that's fine. That sort of makes the chord sound a bit richer. But the 3 strings, absolutely fine if you want to do that. So hopefully that clears up a couple of things for you there. The names of the chords, a bit of use of my simple note code, and how to strum a song in a very, very simple way. Hope you enjoyed that.